Hey, what's up, investors? Jason here. So in this video, we're going to be talking about Workhorse stock, ticker symbol WKHS. Now, what we're going to be talking about Workhorse is that there are now some developments going on with Workhorse in the USPS contract. Remember that one? We've talked about that quite a bit here on this channel. Now, what it's looking like is that Workhorse is going into filing a lawsuit against that USPS contract. Remember, they lost that contract to Oshkosh, who is not an electric vehicle maker, by the way. And it looked like that for sure Workhorse was a shoe-in to be able to get that contract because they were the only U.S. electric vehicle company that was on that bid to get that contract from USPS. So there is a lawsuit that is now filed. So there are some new developments going on with that. And that's what I want to talk about in this video. So as we get to it, if you guys don't mind, please do me a huge favor. Please be sure to smash Destroy Annihilate or gently press that like button. Help me out with the YouTube algorithm. Help spread this video to more people that might find it interesting. Subscribe if you have not already. And if you want to be a Patreon, help support this channel even more, I have one. Link is in the description. Thank you to all the Patreons. Now let's get to it. So to be clear right away, right from the start, this is not a video about short squeezes. This is a video about the actual stock. We're talking about a catalyst here for the company. I'm not some YouTuber that's just trying to only talk about short squeezes, like so many other people are doing these days. It's getting ridiculous. So looking at what we're seeing with Workhorse, this stock at one point used to be a $43 stock. I mean, this stock has come down so much in just a short amount of time. So back in February, that's when we saw Workhorse go up to prices just about $43 is where it got to its highs. And over this last 52 weeks, I mean, this stock has been trading between as low as $3.40 and the $42.96 that we saw. But that wasn't because of what we recently saw a stock drop down to. I mean, this stock had gone up in value a whole lot in back in 2020. That was all due to the catalyst that was going on with the potential of them getting the USPS contract. And now where we're at is there's talks again about this contract being something that could possibly happen again. I know I made other videos talking about the possibility of this contract going through again, but there are some things that are in Workhorse's favor, and especially now that Workhorse has filed a lawsuit that could bring them a little bit closer to possibly getting something going on as far as this USPS deal. So this article here from Reuters, Workhorse challenges USPS decision to award vehicle contract to Oshkosh. Now on June 16th, Wednesday, electric vehicle company Workhorse filed a legal challenge to the United States Postal Service decision that they awarded back in February for a multi-billion-dollar 10-year contract to Oshkosh Defense to manufacture a new generation of postal vehicles. Now in this contract, it could be worth upwards around $6 billion in total, and it allows for deliveries over 10 years of between 50,000 and 165,000 of a mix of internal combustion powered and battery electric vehicles. Workhorse had proposed building an all-electric vehicle fleet for USPS and has support of many U.S. lawmakers. USPS did not immediately comment. The bid protest was filed in the U.S. Court of Federal Claims under seal. USPS declined to comment on the challenge but said pre-production design, tooling, and facility preparation are proceeding on schedule, with the first next-generation delivery vehicles estimated to appear on carriers' routes in 2023. That part doesn't really sound that great for Workhorse, I'd have to say, though, because it's saying that Oshkosh is already well into working on this. They already have a design that's already approved or something, and they're ready to start producing these vehicles for 2023. So that's a little hard of a deal to try to get out there for Workhorse to win this. But it says Workhorse said in a statement it could not disclose further details, but will provide updates when appropriate and as permitted under a non-disclosure agreement. A judge will likely unseal a version of the complaint in the coming weeks. Reuters reported that the planned bid challenged earlier Wednesday, sending its shares up more than 10%. Shares closed up 5.3% in a heavier than normal trading. Oshkosh Defense declined to comment on Workhorse protests, but said it looks forward to getting these highly capable vehicles into the hands of mail carriers. Last month, the U.S. House Oversight and Reform Committee voted to authorize $8 billion for USPS. Now, Postmaster General Louis DeJoy has committed to at least 10% of the fleet being electric vehicles, but he said in a letter in March to lawmakers, with the government assistance, the USPS could commit to making a majority of the fleet electric within 10 years. He added that the USPS needs about $8 billion to electrify the new fleet to the maximum extent feasible. So basically, he's just asking for even more money, saying that this still wasn't something that could have been done to make these electric vehicles. They were going to need more money. It's just something that was kind of just put through without really thinking too much about it. It kind of seems like it was kind of like a political snub, in a way, in my opinion. That's what it looked like from even the beginning. That there was a bit of that going on. And this still could have just been given to Workhorse, in my opinion, and then we would have known it would have been an electric fleet right away, no questions asked. But it's like there's so many issues that get brought up with the fact that him saying that at least 10% of this fleet could be electric vehicles, or talking about over time converting some of these vehicles that were made to be combustion into electric, or they're just going to need more money to do that in the future. That's kind of a waste, because there's already going to be a certain amount of wear and tear on these vehicles, and then to convert things back over into electric and say now these are electric vehicles, it's just really wasting money, and it's wasting taxpayer money, and it doesn't make any sort of sense. Now, back in January, President Joe Biden vowed to replace the U.S. government's fleet of roughly 650,000 vehicles with electric models, and has called for funding to electrify the fleet. New USPS vehicles will include air conditioning and heating, improved ergonomics, and advanced vehicle safety technology, including airbags and 360-degree cameras. Most current delivery vehicles do not have air conditioning or modern safety features. Now, the USPS is spending a whole lot of money on maintaining the current fleet that they have, so it would be great if they do upgrade that system to save taxpayer money for not spending so much on maintenance, and have a vehicle that over time will eventually save money for taxpayers. That's ideal, what should be happening. But as far as Workhorse and following this lawsuit, I'm concerned that this could just be some sort of last-ditch effort for the company to try to save something there, because their recent earnings report wasn't that great at all. For the first quarter of 2021, the company produced $521,000 in revenue, and they're producing 13 vehicles monthly right now. So not good information at all coming out of Workhorse, and that's actually a very scary situation, especially since the company has a $1.7 billion valuation last I checked. So what Workhorse could have as a catalyst, besides the possibility of there being a short squeeze that could really help this company in a way of allowing them to dilute shareholders if the stock does go up, and I'm sure a lot of the bulls are hoping for that as well. But besides that, the company does have their Horsefly, their drone system, which could be a really great aspect of this company to help them in the future, because that's something that they do have a lot of patents on, and there's a bit of interest in there for the last mile delivery thing. That's what also had Kathy Wood of ARK Invest really interested in the stock. We know how Kathy Woods now feels about Workhorse at the moment, but that has been something that was a catalyst for a while. There was their whole Horsefly drone delivery system that they do have patents on. But anyways, I'd like to hear what everybody's thoughts of Workhorse are. Do you guys think this company still has a lot more to go? Do you think it's currently undervalued? Do you think it's overvalued? Do you think that there's any sort of possibility that they could be getting this USPS contract? And where do you see Workhorse going in the future? So with that being said, please like, share, comment, and subscribe. New videos coming out on my channel all the time. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next video.